Hey guys, Jorge Pelayo. Today I want to talk about the power of affirmations, and I'm going to actually read you some of my affirmations. Years ago, I get into this business, and they say that you have to start talking to yourself and affirming things. And at first, I'm like, "What the hell are they talking about? Affirming what? Like, what is this guy talking about? Is this like some feel-good seminar? Like, dude, I've never done this in my life. I don't even understand what the guy's talking about. Is this supposed to be like cheesy success motivational stuff?" And at that time, very skeptical, very negative, pessimistic, but at the same time, like open, curious. I wonder, does it work? And I start watching a video that they're playing at the office called The Secret, and it talks about manifestation. I'm like, what is this guy talking about? And I didn't understand the science behind it. Then I read, Think and Grow Rich, and then I'm listening to Brian Tracy on goals, and all these things talked about the power of getting clear in your mental picture, physical picture of what kind of life you wanted, and then affirming that, and then creating statements that, help you get that, and statements that help you remember what you need to do or areas that you need to improve in or goals that you have. And I started to understand the power of like a vision board, of a business plan, and of affirmations. And I wanted to share some of my affirmations with you. These change all the time. If you don't have a set of affirmations, I love in the comments, and I'm sure we're going to get some crazy people. They're just, no matter what video we make, they're going to complain about it. Salute to you, by the way, for being consistent, okay? But I would love in the comments to actually read some people's affirmations. Maybe there's something that you could share that's going to add value to the rest of us that are going to read the comments. And maybe there's something that I could add to my affirmation. So I'm going to share some of mine with you. I hope this video adds value to you and it inspires you to go out there and create your affirmation list. And one of the next videos we'll make will actually show you the vision board. I'll show you the vision board we made and then the actual life that we have, and you can compare these two pictures together. It's pretty interesting. It's pretty amazing. I cannot wait to do that video, actually. So with that being said, let me jump into some of my affirmations, guys. And I got 53 here that I read. I'm always adding to them. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I'll tell you some of the ones that really stand out. One, see their abilities, not their disabilities. As a leader, it's so easy to see what's going wrong with people and why they're not doing what they need to be doing and where they're falling short. But at the same time, it's that the flip side of that is being able to praise and recognize what's going right? What their gifts are, what their talents are. And so for me, being the fact that I'm always trying to drive and improve, I need to remind myself, what helps people actually improve? Encouragement, praise, recognition, conversation, processing issues, that putting somebody down never builds them up. Encourage, praise, and recognize versus DCP, discourage, criticize, put down. So see their abilities, not their disabilities. Chaos comes before peace. That's a big one for me. Why? Because sometimes when you're in a moment of chaos, things are going absolutely insane and crazy, and you're like, man, I can't. But understanding that, that storm comes, and then after a storm, it's calm. So you got to be able to embrace chaos, okay? Understand that it's not permanent. Your imagination is a preview to life's coming attractions, that you could go there in your mind right now. You can hit pause on this and you can go create a mental picture of what it's going to be like when you're on the boat, what it's going to be like when you're on the plane, what it's going to be like when you're on the train, what's it going to be like when you're at that restaurant, at that dinner, at the Statue of Liberty, and you're having a great time. We just recently went to the US Open. We were in New York and we took a little cruise, my brother and I, and it's like, man, what's that picture look like for you? Maybe where you want to get married, maybe it's like where you want a vacation. Go there. Imagine what that looks like for you. Imagine what it looks like when you say, hey, mom, dad, I'm going to retire you. Imagine what it looks like when you're like, hey, I'm going to take the red Ferrari, the Ford. Put yourself at that dealership, right? So imagination is a preview to life's coming attractions. Here's another one. It's mathematically impossible to plateau in a state of growing, which means if you're always getting better, doesn't matter. You may not be moving at the speed that you want. May not be getting the results that you want, but progress is being made if you're growing as a person. Next one, I wear the pastor and coach hat. That's an affirmation to remind me that my job is to encourage people and push people in a positive way. Next one, are you the best in the world at your position? That's a reminder for myself to ask myself, am I the best in the world at what I do? How can I get better? How can I improve? Next one, you have to push out the favor of God to get to your bad attitude, meaning that there are so many great things going on in the world. There's so many things to be thankful for. Health, family, peace, my marriage, my kids, my team, America, entrepreneurship, freedom of speech, all these amazing things, God, faith, church, all these great things. And sometimes we forget those things and we choose to focus on the negative. So that's a reminder to focus on the good. Next one, the greatest fatality to your spirit is an unfinished task. The greatest fatality to your spirit is an unfinished task. because you start accepting failure. You start going halfway. You're quitting. You don't accomplish it. You don't fulfill the goal, right? And that's a big part for me on making sure that I say that I do what I say I'm going to do, and that I follow through, and that we hit that goal, so that you know that the next time that you set a goal that you're going to get that done too. Because if you don't, then you stop believing yourself. Your spirit stops believing you. Next one, blame is a way to discharge pain and discomfort. There's so many times that things go wrong, and it's human nature to want to be able to blame, right? To get that frustration, that anger, and put it onto somebody else. You're discharging pain. You're just discharging discomfort, right? But that's not really the right way of doing it. And so being aware of that, like, hey, I need to process this pain. I need to process this discomfort versus discharge it and put it onto somebody else. Number 10, until your son is able to authentically be himself, he will remain in perpetual childhood. That's an affirmation for me as a father, to make sure that my son can be who he is and feel comfortable being himself. If you want the list of the full affirmations, we'll actually respond to all the comments, and I'll send you my 53 affirmations, and maybe more at that time. Maybe we'll clean it up, send you the top 25, top 50. But if you go ahead and put your email, we'll go ahead and make sure that one of our guys takes the time to go through that. Those were just 10 of my affirmations that are extremely important to me. There are so many more that I'd love to share with you. Maybe we'll actually do this as an affirmation series. That's what we're going to do. Created idea on camera, on the shot. That was 10 affirmations. What we'll do is we'll still shoot it to you, by the way, and send it to you if you'd like. But what we'll do is over the next week or so, I'll make a video with 10 affirmations for the week. And maybe we'll make this a 10-part series. Who knows where we'll get to. And you could borrow some of these and apply them to your life. With that being said, if you don't have a set of affirmations, if you don't have things that you remind yourself and read to yourself that help you operate in the best state, it's so easy to start. Go to your phone, okay? I have this crazy case because I lose my phone all the time. My guys make fun of me. They're like, you're a grown man, businessman with a green weird case, right? I said, dude, I totally get it. When you can't find your phone, I'll call it for you, okay? So anyways, go to your phone, open your notes, right? And write something to yourself that right now you need to be reminded of. Maybe it was one of the 10 that I shared with you. Maybe you need to be inspired and you're going to look up a quote, and that's going to be something that you tell yourself. Affirmations have got me through my hardest days in business and have gotten me to my best days in life, and I know they could do the same for you. Take care, everybody.